Welcome back to Serving Up Pitt, your go-to Pitt volleyball podcast brought to you by FanDuel, hosted by Kat Flood and I. Kat is back after Miss Blair Bayless had to step in last week. Pitt just opened ACC play last night with a statement win over number 11 SMU in Dallas, a five-setter that definitely lived up to the hype. We'll break down what went right, how the Panthers rebounded, and why this was such an important response after last year's loss at Moody Coliseum. Plus, we'll zoom out to look at the bigger ACC picture, who the players to watch are this season at key positions, and how Pitt stacks up in what's shaping up to be a loaded conference race. So let's go ahead and serve up some Pitt volleyball.
Perfect. So about that win last night.
I
think that Pitt needed that as their first ACC game, getting into a 5-set burner, and absolutely dominating in the 5th set is something they should be really proud of. Moody Coliseum is not easy to play in, just from experience and because of the loss we had last year. I got to go back there in August to do stuff with a company called Out of System, and I walked in that gym and I was like, whoa, having a lot of trauma. But I think it's hard to play in there also because they use a different ball. It's not just like a regular molten ball. It's an SMU branded ball, of course. But I really liked how we played in there. I really liked how we matched up against them. I thought we were just overpowering the whole time, and we let the two sets slip. Tongue twister, but that 5th set, everybody came out strong, and I loved it. So great revenge tour.
I thought the two teams matched up pretty well. Both are really elite at blocking. Both have really elite right side hitters. FanDuel had Pitt at minus 280, which is about a 69% chance to win, while SMU was at plus 205, which is about 31%. I definitely thought that it would have been closer, and I think that's what played out. Like you said, a little bit like wonky in the sets. Like I felt like they were very strong in the 1st, 3rd, and 5th, and even the 2nd wasn't bad, but that 4th set was pretty ugly.
I mean, not much to say about the SMU right side, who had 23 kills, matching up with Liv almost identically. She was definitely running the show on that side, and that's exactly what we expected. She's also up for National Player of the Year. And the two other sets that were ugly, I think, were just like they took their foot off the gas, and SMU literally snatched the gas pedal and slammed it.
Yeah.
But I also think that the one thing that was super frustrating was the service errors.
Yes.
Which is just completely unpredictable into a game, but
no, and it was interesting because, like, you know, the game changed because of the service line, but only when Brooke Mosher was on the service line. Literally. Really. Like, I mean, SMU had their servers too, but I mean, for Pitt, like there were multiple service runs, and you could tell that Brooke's serve was just giving them absolute trouble. I believe she had 5 service aces. That's insane.
Disgusting.
She also had a career high 51 assists. So just a very dominant, like well-rounded performance for Brooke Mosher. While everyone else, even the serving specialists, were struggling from the serve, which
totally agree.
Was a little wonky, but like they made up for it in other ways, which was really nice to see.
For sure. I was really impressed with Brooke serving, especially because of the consistency of it. And it's also has not been all that consistent, and I feel like her and Olivia both behind the serving line have been pretty scary, and they both only had 3 errors, and as top spin servers, that's like in a 5-set game, I feel like that's pretty good. But also just like the pressure I think they're able to put on with everybody's serving was pretty good. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the serving right now, and the only other people who had errors were Mallory, Izzy, Dockmore, and Soph. And the fact that Dockmore only had 1, and then probably Sir had like 50 attempts,
probably
in a 5-setter. Izzy only had 1, and Mallory, and they come in all the time and serve. I say that serving errors are pretty bad. It's probably just at critical moments, but
yeah, it definitely was. It felt like whenever they needed to keep momentum is when they were coming.
exactly.
That felt like the case for a lot of things. It felt like they started to build momentum and then it would be like, nope. Like I think the fifth set is a beautiful example of that. I mean, they jumped out to an 11-3 lead. Like
good
and
Lord.
then they won the set 15-9. So like not a great like end, but at least they showed that like they're very dominant. And it does, I'm not gonna lie, that does make me a little bit concerned. The back to the flip-floppiness of set to set. And I feel like that was something that happened a little bit last year, but it's starting to become more of a trend this year. Do you think that's just because like it's still fairly early and they're still like connecting, or I don't even know.
I'm not even sure. I was listening to Madison I can't remember, Fitzpatrick maybe at the end talking about it, and it was just like the post-game like chat. They're sitting at the round table. And it sounded like they were still talking about them connecting. I just don't know if it's that. It sounds like they're still figuring out the lineup. Like Marina wasn't playing back row. And they had her in for most of the beginning of the season. And then they had Izzy in the jersey and Mallory playing DS. I mean, they had Soph serving. They put Abby in. It just sounds like it might not be a communication problem, but there's no regular flow.
Well, and I think that shows up more on the defensive side than it does the offensive side, because I feel like the offense is running very, very smoothly for the most part. Like, I mean, when you have three pin hitters hitting in double digits, and then your middle blockers 5 and 7 kills for Bree and Ryla respectively, like those are really good spread out numbers.
Well, exactly.
But then it's the defensive side of things that I just like. Not the blocking. Blocking looks great. They're one of the best blocking teams in the nation. But like, there are just some times where I feel like they're watching balls drop, which is just not what you want from an elite team, and definitely not what we know of Pitt's past.
Well, exactly. We've been talking about this. Olivia's defense is just absolutely filthy right now, and it's something she's been working so hard on. Just watching that come back into play during games is so impressive to me. The fact that she's able to maintain like a defensive attack, like she just want every single ball is up around her, even when she's hitting 440 and having 50 attempts, is insane. I've also been more impressed by Brooke's defense. Looks like she's just more comfortable there, but I'd like to see a little bit more out of Emery, considering she was the lowest. She had the lowest amount of digs out of everybody. Well, I mean, Blair had 5, and she doesn't even play back row.
Yeah. You don't want that out of your libero. And I think that's why we saw Izzy get put in the libero jersey for that last set. But again, like it is a little frustrating to see this because Emery has been playing really well. Super. So like I'm a little like, maybe it was the moment.
I'm not sure.
But it's weird because she's a senior player, so the consistency shouldn't be that big of an issue.
Exactly. I'm not sure if it's the consistency. I just, you know what, like that's a hard place to play. It's also been a game that they've been anticipating for a while. So I think maybe just nerves once again, because we also saw her, I guess, like play like that against Nebraska, Florida, even though it was the first 2 games. We know she's better than that. And then to go back to the middle situation, I'm just looking at Ryla right now. She had 7 kills with 5 errors on 14 total attempts, but that's 14 attempts for a middle. And like, think about, had she gotten whatever it was 10 out of 14, she would have been hitting 350, you know? So it's one of those things that Brooke is just finding them so well. I look forward to seeing that in like mid-November, I guess.
I mean, whenever you have like both middles right now are averaging about 1.5 kills per set, but when you break it down further, Ryla in the past 6 games, sorry, not 6 games, right? In the past 8 games, she's averaging over 2 kills per set as a middle, which is just gross. Like insane.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back to Olivia for a second because we brought her up. I mean, 22 kills with a 400 hitting percentage, which is just very difficult to do. And then you add in her 12 digs. Like, I wasn't concerned about her, like how she would be better this year, but I was interested to see in what aspects she'd be better. And you're
For
seeing
sure.
it show up in her ability to finish. Like
Mhm.
she is way more elite with her hitting percentage this year. And then the 12 digs, like the fact that she has 12 digs and they were hitting at her and serving to her quite a bit, and the fact that she still was able to get up and get 22 kills, like when you compare, Malaya Jones, SMU's right side, she had 23 kills and a .422 hitting percentage, but only had 7 digs, I believe. And so, like, just comparing the two of them, like Olivia's game is so well rounded, which not only makes her a threat, but like it in my mind, we're way early, but that is a huge advantage for her heading into the National Player of the Year landscape, because
Like, again,
it's not just the kills. It's the
seriously.
fact that it's everything, and that's like crazy.
Well, I just like there's not even a player in the country right now that compares to me on the level that she does.
There are a lot of good players, but I don't think there is
like
any, and if there are, they're not many that are as well rounded.
Is she gonna two-peat?
It'd be the first since
possible?
It'd be the first since Catherine Plummer, Stanford's Catherine Plummer, in 17-18, I think.
I think that she's gonna get a run for her money from the Kentucky outsides.
Oh, absolutely. She's gonna. I mean, it's
gonna be Nebraska girls, but I just like I could see it happening, especially if she continues to have every single game be like this.
Insane.
Every 5-setter.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's like, and it's just, I feel like she's almost better when everyone is in the mix. Like, yeah, she puts up huge numbers, huge kill counts when like she's the main person, and 22 is still 10 more than Dagmar Maritz, who had the most, but like she's
crazy.
She plays better when everyone is in the mix, and that's huge, because like Brooke is not putting all of the weight on Olivia.
Well, exactly. I think that she feels more confident when she has some of that weight off of her back. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even though like she is kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. So SMU and Pitt play again on Sunday in the Peterson Event Center, our first Peterson Event Center game, and it's the first game, home game, since early September. September 7th.
Last time I was there.
Yeah, last time you were in town. So big game, high stakes, because you want to sweep SMU, you want to beat them at home. What does Pitt need to do better on Sunday to make sure they win again?
Well, I think one, I'd like to see less serving errors, period, from everybody. That's an easy one. I think I'd like to see more digs out of Emory. I'd like to see them scout that right side a little bit more, shut her down a little bit more. And then I kind of want to get them a little bit rowdy. I wish I know that SMU, I know that Jaden Livings, I know that Favor, I know that Malaya, I know that all of them, I know that Avery, every single player on that court, those two outsides, they switch between the LSU girl and then the freshman, Krista. I know all of them want revenge now, and I know that they know how to talk. Like, I know that they want to get chirpy. I know they want to get into it. I want to see our girls get into the P and be like, no, this is our gym. You can't do that here. You know what I mean?
Ryla got a card one of the games in the Pete last year for the chirpiness.
That was Louisville. I think everybody should have gotten a card in that game.
That
was like a, oh.
So let's look at the big picture. Starting off ACC play 1-0, which against SMU is huge.
Fire.
I think Emily Eamon said it on the broadcast, is if you want to be a top seeded team, you can't get swept in this series, and Pitt is at least not getting swept. It is also their 5th ranked win, and it's a win over one of the top teams in the ACC too, which is huge, because stacked ACC. Stacked ACC, and this will help seeding down the line, especially because it's a road win.
Well, I think that you and I were talking about, we're obviously going to talk about some players later, but it's hard to look at any other team besides Pitt and SMU, and obviously like Louisville looks great, but I think that SMU is like the closest matchup in terms of like their key players almost.
The teams are so similar.
So similar. And their leadership is also very similar. Like Sam Erger is a great coach, and she really wants to win just as much as Fish does, and like the rest of her staff too. And Callan and Fish, I know, just want to do the exact same thing, and they want what's best for the team, but they also want to win everything. But in terms of like the whole ACC, like Georgia Tech looks great. Carolina was in the top 25. Florida State is going to have a decent year. I mean, Miami with Flo Marie. I mean, all of them.
Well, let's talk about that. Players to watch. We're breaking into ACC play, which means we're going to see a lot of these names over and over and over again. And I thought it'd be fun to go position by position, name out one or two, almost creating like our Serving Up Pitt watch list.
Love that.
So let's start with right side. I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious with Olivia Babcock and Malaya Jones at the top of that list.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Wait. There's the right side on Georgia Tech.
Oh,
Larissa Mendez. She is
great.
Incredible. They might have her on the outside right now, though. And I'm trying to think. And who's the Louisville?
Who is their right side right now?
I can't. She's really good.
Their team is so brand new that
they're switching between Reese and some other girl, Reese Robbins. Hold on, I'm looking at it right now. I just looked at it. Sorry.
You're good.
I have to know.
I feel like there are a lot of strong outsides in the nation and in the ACC right sides this year. I don't know if anyone really touches Olivia and Jones within the ACC.
You might be right. Oh my gosh. Actually, this is funny. They have Kalissa Blackshear playing Oppo and middle, and guess where her first visit was?
Pitt.
So that'll actually be, she's 6'5". She's a baller. She's going to be really good. So that'll be a fun game. Sorry, I know this is a key. I know this is a key something. I can't remember who it is though.
Let's move on to outside. To the Pitt fans, we are trying not to pick Pitt players for everything. And I don't necessarily think that there are Pitt players that are at the top of this list for every single position. An outside hitter right now is one of them for me. I've got Flo Marie, Heredia Cullen from Miami. I mean, she's leading the ACC with 5.06 kills per set.
She's so good.
And then the other one I'm going to give it to is Stanford's Elia Rubin. I feel like she's just been very consistent. I mean, 3.21 kills per set with a .312 hitting percentage. Yeah. Like, that's really solid for a outside.
She's also, the two of them, like Flo Marie, if you didn't see that video of her after them playing Nebraska last year, of her like literally blowing a kiss to the camera, you have to go watch that. She's iconic. And Aaliyah, they both just have this like kind of swag that you need as a Division I player. And they're both very fun to watch. So,
are there any other outsides we need to have on our radar off the top of your head?
I'm looking right now. I just keep looking through the teams. There's an outside on Carolina, Safi Hampton. She's definitely a player to watch. She's a bouncy little Springer player. She has such swag. I think she just had a 22 kill game. She's going to be pretty good. NC State's Courtney Bryant.
Yes.
She's put up really good passing numbers. Otherwise than that, I've been super impressed. Oh, I mean, Kennedy Wagner and Mia McGrath from Clemson, both just undersized hitters who are going to do really well. Have been doing really well.
It's really cool to see all the talent from the pin hitters. Like, I mean, we said it, the ACC is stacked, but it's not just teams, it's the individuals as well, which just leads to so much, like, you cannot bank on a win against any team.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Everybody looks pretty good this year. It'll be a battle.
Let's go to middle blockers. Who are your top middle blockers?
Top middle blockers. I honestly really like watching Favor from SMU play. I think she's an absolute baller. Trying to think about obviously I think just Bree. I mean, I don't think there's anybody who compares to her right now. I haven't done enough watching of
the fact that
other
she
teams.
is in the top 10 of blocks per set and has a cast on her hand is actually insane. Like, actually insane.
Insane. And her vision and her, well, because we also remember that last year she was still coming off of a season-ending ankle injury, so her mobility wasn't all there. And the fact that it's probably she's like 90% back to where she was, that like extra 10% she's going to hit by the end of the season. Her lateral movement and her quickness is just going to be so good. And her vision is already so good. So
the other one I have on my list is Louisville's Kara Cressy. I feel like she is very solid. I think she started to come up last season, but she wasn't as dominant as she is right now. I mean, she's averaging 1.5 blocks per set, which is second in the ACC behind Miami's Dahlia Wilson. And you said it, favor on Yano, I'm not even gonna. Never mind.
I don't know how
never
to
mind.
say it.
She's fourth. Bree Kelly sixth. Just the middle blocking, the blocking in general, this season across the nation has been just dirty.
It's been so good. And I mean, well, and it's also just like the development of being a middle. I feel like the position of a middle has been so much more understood. And like it's like an art now, and it's not about the hitting. Like being a middle is about blocking, and I think that's what a lot of teams are like pressing that as. So it's been fun to watch.
Let's go to setter. I've got. I'm not sure there's anyone that really comes close to her right now, but SMU's Avery Carlson is absolutely killing it.
Well, and her journey through volleyball has been very impressive to me. I think that her start at Baylor, and then the switch to Texas for a season, and then her finally getting to play and start and playing every game at SMU has just been it's been so interesting to me, partially because she was playing under Ellis Swindle at Texas, and I think that Jared probably had a lot to teach her. So it's been really fun to watch it play out while she's been playing at
She's
SMU.
been setter of the week 3 times already this season.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
3 times.
She's also not like a flashy setter.
No.
Her location is phenomenal.
Do you have anyone else on that list?
Really. Oh, Georgia Tech, that one setter, Eloise Suarez.
Yep.
She's someone I've liked watching play.
I feel like
I don't think she's impressed me recently, but she's a big, tall setter. So.
I've got Louisville's Nailace Cabello on my watch list. Again, doesn't really come close to Avery Carlson, but she is someone that I can see getting better and better as the season goes on, because she was really decent last season. There's just Louisville's hitting percentage isn't really high right now, and that's a little bit on the setter, and so I want to see that go up before I'm like, yeah, she's right in the mix there.
For sure.
Last one for libero. I think we've established Pitt is not on that. But I've got Georgia Tech's Sophia Velez, and then North Carolina's Maddie May. Both have been really solid, not letting balls drop, not and
then Emma Farrell for Wake Forest.
Yes.
That was my third.
They all have just been very solid, exactly what you want from a libero.
For sure.
Not letting balls drop, passing really, really well.
Wait, we're forgetting about Jordan Schillings from SMU.
Yes. Well,
she's my number one right now. She's
so good. There's so many good players in this conference.
Jordan, the thing about Jordan is you look at her and I never would have thought libero. She's like 5'10".
She's very
5'9", 5'10". Her eye for the ball is just like ridiculous. Watching her practice, like you can tell she takes the same intensity into a practice as she does into a game.
I believe
and it was so fun to watch. And she had 14 digs last night. Like that's exactly what you should be doing as a libero. She's really impressing me right now. And her serve receive. I don't think she's passed below a 2-4.
That's crazy. Yeah, the talent in the ACC is just actually
So
insane
good.
this year, and I think that shows in how they're standing in the AVCA rankings. I mean, you have Stanford tied for 3rd, Pitt at 5, Louisville at 6. I'm keeping scrolling. You've got Miami at 24, and North Carolina at 25, and then Georgia Tech did just fall out of the top 25, but that does not mean that
they're
they
like
are
26.
not. Yeah, they're very much still in the mix.
Well, and then Clemson probably should be close to that.
Yes. So
Notre Dame always puts up a fight. Like
Clemson didn't receive any votes, but Georgia Tech did. They got 49. They were 27th technically.
Okay.
But again, it just goes to show you that, like, first of all, I didn't even mention SMU. SMU is number 11. It goes to show you that, like, very much at the top, the ACC is strong, but it doesn't really fall off either. Maybe those top 3 teams are separating themselves in Stanford, Louisville, and Pitt, but I think we'll see that more as ACC play continues, because that's really when I think you start to see who separates themselves, because scheduling a non-conference is different team to team. You're all playing the same teams now.
For sure. And it's been a fun non-con, and I'm excited to see how the ACC ends up playing out.
Real quick, before I hit you with the last one, I have to read a message from another one of our sponsors. Are you having trouble finding the right people to hire? Tired of sorting through endless resumes? Well, the future of hiring looks much brighter, because ZipRecruiter's latest tools and features have helped speed up finding the right people for your roles, so you save valuable time. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/audio. With ZipRecruiter's new advances, you can easily find and connect with qualified candidates in minutes. See a candidate you're really interested in? You can unlock their contact info instantly. Use ZipRecruiter and save time hiring. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And if you go to ZipRecruiter.com/audio right now, you can try it for free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/audio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Kat, last thing we're going to talk about is just a quick look at Pitt's schedule. I mean, we've already said that they have SMU on Sunday. And then they've got Boston College the week after, Boston College and Syracuse the week after at home.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Oh, wait, no, I'm wrong about that. Sorry. Clemson and Georgia Tech at home October 3rd and 5th. I don't know. Boston College is football. Too many sports for Abby.
No, literally.
What are the games that you're highlighting on your calendar that Pitt fans really need to either be at or watching closely?
Yeah. Georgia Tech for sure. One of our old players is a starting middle on that team, Bianca Garibaldi. That'll be really fun to watch. Not at Miami.
At Miami's going to be.
At Miami would be fun to watch. I mean, it'd be more fun to be there, but if you're not at Miami, just watch on TV. Louisville at Louisville. Dead giveaway. Of course you want to watch that game. And okay, so the California series will be interesting because they haven't done that trip yet, and none of these girls have played at Stanford. So I'm looking forward to that because I know that's a hard place to play in Maple. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I was looking for the Boston College. Every time we go to Boston College, I seriously question if I want to live.
Well, luckily Boston College is at the Fitz this year.
At the Fitz this year. Thank you, God.
That was the first set y'all dropped. Was to Boston College last year.
Year Olivia had 12 service aces. We were like, where was this?
Where was this earlier?
And then the absolute season highlight, if you're going to be anywhere, be it Peterson Event Center, November 26th, the day of Thanksgiving for Louisville.
Yeah, it is the day before Thanksgiving, which is a little rough, but like should be there. I'll be there.
That's exactly where you want to be. That is like the night before Christmas.
That arguably or usually that game, because it's almost like I feel like Louisville gets played in that last weekend every year. It's usually the difference between first and second for the most part.
Absolutely.
We'll see how things shake out because there's a long way to go. But yes, agreed. Blair said it too. That game is huge. She also mentioned last week that she really wants to, win at Louisville this year after
it was
in
magical.
the Final Four.
Oh God, I hope they don't play in the Yum Center. That is.
I think that one's
PTSD central.
I think that one's in their normal gym, but
that's also not great.
Well, they gotta go there anyway.
Can we play somewhere else?
Can't avoid it.
But that'd be awesome.
That's going to do it for today's episode of Serving Up Pitt. Thanks so much for tuning in with us as we broke down the opener and sized up some of the top talent around the league. Write those down. Make sure you're paying attention to them. Kat and I know ball. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on our next episode. We're going to keep you covered on all things Pitt volleyball here. Make sure to check out Post-Gazette.com for all my articles. For Kat Flood, I'm Abby Schnable, and we will see you next time.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you watch this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. For all of the sports coverage the Post-Gazette has to offer, visit post-gazette.com.